I get it now. I get it. Now I get it. This whole show, this whole season was an end credit scene. All right, so look, I was on board with Secret Invasion after episode 1. Like, episode 1, it locked me in for the most part. Even episode 2, episode 3, I was in. Episode 4 is when I kind of felt like things were getting a little bit off kilter a little bit. I feel like the things that worked were the relationship between Nick Fury and Talos, however you say his name. Everybody was saying his name a little bit differently in this show, but I felt that Ben Mendelsohn's character was actually pretty great in this one. I thought it worked. Their dynamic worked.
You want to go a few rounds?
Sure. Tell me something I don't know about the destruction of Skrulls.
You know everything there is to know about it, Fury.
Name of the game is tell me something I don't know.
They kind of continued it from Captain Marvel. And even though there were some aspects that were missing because there's a lot of things that happened between when we see them in that movie and now, and even Far From Home, where certain aspects were just kind of lost to me. Like, I didn't connect to them as much, especially with Ben Mendelsohn's character, Talos, his wife being killed or murdered. I didn't care because we didn't see it. I didn't know any connection to it. Didn't work. But outside of that, their dynamic worked. Talos and Nick Fury, their conversations were great. Some of the best dialogue was from their conversations. That worked for me. Nick Fury's conversation with his wife, Priscilla, their conversations were great. Their dynamic was fantastic.
What did you want?
To call myself beloved, to feel myself beloved on the earth.
It felt like an adult show to a degree. Like, it was for us. It was for us, that have grown up with this franchise, and it wasn't necessarily a kids type of show, kids type of scenarios. It felt like adult Marvel, and I appreciated that with the conversations.
And did you get what you wanted from this life?
I did.
And what did you want?
To call myself beloved on the earth.
Even Kingsley Ben-Adir, his villain here, Gravik, was menacing. He was kind of the Thanos of this show. Like, he got his hands dirty. He didn't mind. He would send people out to do different tasks, but he also got his hands dirty, and he did the dirty work as well. I appreciated that. I thought his final line delivery in this episode, the final episode, the season finale, probably series finale it should be, was fantastic.
You put us out to work for you, and when you were done with us, you threw us away. So, I'm gonna take a flamethrower to humanity. And just so I am absolutely clear about this, Fury, you look at me. Look at me. You did this. All the bombs and the blackouts and the massacres and the wildfires and the imminent removal of humans from their habitat. That is all you.
You saw all the hurt within this guy, especially, we see him when he's a boy, and now he's a grown man throughout the series of this show. And to see the grief he's put on through the years, trying to do all these tasks for Nick Fury, and nothing comes of it. They don't have a home. They're just stuck. And he's dying inside, and he's kind of putting it all out on Nick Fury. I thought he had some great line delivery in his final kind of monologue moment before the big fight, which was kind of like... there were some issues there too. All in all, there was things that happened in this show that don't answer anything. Here's some spoilers if you haven't watched the show, but Rhodey, Don Cheadle's character, James Rhodes, he's a Skrull. And that was a big reveal, I believe, episode 4. But how long has he been there? How long has a Skrull taken over his life? We don't get those answers. Same thing with Martin Freeman's character. I can't even remember the character's actual name, but the one that's always showing up in Black Panther and stuff like that. How long has he been impersonated by a Skrull? We don't get answers on that. It was just a little bit odd. I thought we were going to get some more answers. They were saying that there was going to be some aspects to the show that were really sad from one of the reveals. Again, we don't know what that was. Does Rhodey know that Tony's dead? Like, does he know that happened? Has he been a Skrull that long, or has a Skrull taken over his life for that long? Like, we don't have any answers on that, and that was so annoying. In the end, like I said in the beginning, this was just an end credit scene, but it was a full show. And it's in its own pocket, of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So that I appreciate, because I did want them to do something that was a little bit small scale, but like maybe grew as it went, and being 6 episodes, I feel like maybe they didn't have enough time to do that. But there was a lot of money that went into this too. So it's like a movie budget. How do you continue to have a show each episode that's just teasing things, and in the end still teases nothing? It was so weird. it made She-Hulk almost look like a really good show. And that one I enjoyed close to the end, maybe similar like this one. And that's why I think this was a big misstep, a big mistake, like kind of a big of like, I don't know, just a big question mark. And it's so odd why they would go this route. I'm still trying to figure out what the end goal was. Like, yes, you understand Nick Fury's motivations more. You understand kind of what led him to do what he did with the Avengers and how the Skrulls really helped him be the Nick Fury that he is, the Nick Fury that we know and love. It was because of the Skrulls. So like that was kind of cool to get some more feedback and information on that. That's kind of the most you get here. Outside of understanding what the harvest is and that they were getting DNA from all the Avengers and these heroes and these aliens and putting it all together. But even in the end with that, it turned into a CGI mess towards the end with a big battle between Gaia and Gravik. And so there's that. It was weird. On another side note, Emilia Clarke, I enjoyed her in Game of Thrones. She's okay in other movies she's in when she's in like different rom-coms and things like that. But in here, she was really, really boring. And I think it's one of those things where you see a child character early on, you know, in a series of things, very minimal, but you see them there. And then when we see them next, they're an adult and they don't really have anything to compare to or connect to because they're essentially a brand new character. So I just feel like her portrayal was missing something for me. Even once she gets the powers towards the end, it was just, I didn't have a aha or a yay moment. It was kind of more of like, oh wow, that isn't who I thought it was. And then as the battle continues, I'm just kind of like, it still feels very small in scale, which was weird. It fit for a Disney Plus show. Like if this was the battle in a movie, yeah, it would have really laid flat. But here it was just like, okay. I feel like we've already seen much better from Marvel when it comes to final battle scenes. But it kind of felt similar to the Vision versus Vision battle in WandaVision. It felt kind of like that, but even smaller to a degree. All in all, I feel like this show is kind of a waste of time. If you haven't seen it, but you want to watch something that has an air to Winter Soldier to a degree, there's aspects to it. I feel like Olivia Colman's character, Sonya Fallsworth, she's the closest thing to like the show feeling like it's in that Winter Soldier realm as far as espionage and kind of a thriller in a sense. She brought that, but she's not in the show much. She's in maybe the first few episodes and then she's just sprinkled in here and there. I really wanted more of her in the show.
I'll never talk to you.
Well, that's very brave. But everyone talks when their blood starts to cook at 160 degrees centigrade. It's a biochemical imperative. The smart ones start talking earlier than that. You a smart one? Right, no, I didn't think so.
Also the deaths, when there's deaths in this show from main characters, you feel nothing. Is it a little bit surprising? Sure, but the weight of those moments, they don't last very long, and the show just kind of moves on to the next set piece. And so that I thought was a missing ingredient as well. So like, again, if you haven't seen the show and you want to watch it, caution, just know that it's not really leading anywhere. There may be some teases that happen in some future movies, maybe, but I feel like they could have gone way bigger with this, considering the Skrulls are such an integral part to the MCU, or really just to Marvel, as far as like just the whole Secret Invasion aspect. This show should not have been called Secret Invasion. They could have called it anything else, but still had Skrulls in there. And I don't think there would have been much of a difference. So like that was just really, really, really annoying. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What'd you think of Secret Invasion? If you've watched it, let me know in the comments below. I want to know like what you thought of the show. What'd you think of the characters involved? What'd you think of Sam Jackson as Nick Fury here? Again, he gets the limelight. It is his show, even with everything going on. He is the main character, and he gets more or less the full arc. But it just feels like it doesn't lead anywhere at the end of the day. And I think that's the part that I'm struggling with.
You're the most wanted man on the planet.
You don't know what they have planned for you.
The great Nick Fury.
One last fight.
Again, look forward to your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts on these other videos you can check out right here. And I will see you guys, as always, on the next video. Take care.